It's day 4, and I'm already getting really good at quoting this story. For today's review, I'm going to be talking about the 1938 version of A Christmas Carol starring Reginald Owen. This one! This is a pretty short movie. It's only 69 minutes. I thought that I had seen it last year, but turns out I had never seen it before. I don't know what the thing that I was watching last year was, but it wasn't this. The first thing to point out about this one is that it's colorized. I do not really like colorized black and white movies. It just gives this weird pinkish hue to everything. If it was made in black and white, I can watch it in black and white, and it's fine. Don't go colorizing things and giving it weird tints. So I guess going into it, I was a little bit prejudiced. But I just didn't really care for this version. I guess my biggest problems are with the characters and with the tone. Starting with the tone, I don't know, they just wanted to make everything silly. Everything had to have like a cutesy little joke at the end of it. They added a lot to be fun, all this stuff about ice sliding and Bob Cratchit and Fred meeting each other and like developing this little friendship between them. And they made Cratchit, who was played by Gene Lockhart, just so ridiculous. I don't know. He just seemed like an idiot to me. I'm sorry. He was a little bit too heavy to be playing the part of the starving clerk, and he just was too silly. There were things that they put in the script that just made everybody stupid. Like, they had Cratchit join a group of kids who were throwing snowballs in the street, and he throws one, and he ends up hitting Scrooge and knocking his hat off, and Scrooge actually fires him. And so there's one mark of poor judgment on Cratchit. Then he goes and spends all of his money on food. And then when he comes home, he doesn't tell his wife that he just lost his job and he won't be going into work on the day after Christmas. I hate that. That is so irritating. But he's not the only one. They also made Scrooge look ridiculous. They gave him this absurd hairstyle where he's got like the fuzz on the sides and fuzz on the top, and so he just looked like a caricature. And then they had him do silly things. He's watching the people at Fred's party play blind man's bluff during the Christmas present sequence, and he was like, "Oh, but I want to stay, I love Christmas!" And then he laughs, and it's like, no, you're not supposed to be like this just yet. Just reel it back in a little bit. I'm all for Scrooge being excited and having fun in the end and being giddy and everything. I love that, but this was just too silly. They added a part where Marley's ghost shows up, and they didn't really build up to that very much at all. And Scrooge doesn't believe that it's real, so he calls in these 3 policemen from the street, and they come in, and Marley's not there, of course, and they're all making fun of Scrooge, and they made Scrooge look stupid, and they made themselves look stupid, and it was just like, is it gonna be like this all the time? And it was. And there were just other things that I didn't really care for, but I don't need to go on and on, because I think you got the gist that I just wasn't crazy about this. My mom really thought it was pretty good, and I wish she could come in and defend it. I'm sure there must be somebody in the world who says that this is their favorite version. I had higher hopes from a movie that was made by MGM. It just fell flat.